whenever you have a water leak like this one, it's all wet under the water heater, but you check all the lines and you can't find any leaks anywhere except under the water heater. Then at that point, so at that point you have to assume that it is the water tank that is busted. It's always a gamble, because you may take the tank out and find out that, no, I just had a water leak. I had a water line leaking somewhere. So, yep, that's the difference between a hero and a zero. What will we be today? I don't know. We're fixing to find out. So let's start taking this water heater out. Start by draining the water here. Leave the pressure off first. Anytime you're working on a water heater, the first thing you do is make yourself a big muddy mess to work in for the rest of the time. And that's the first thing you gotta do. Now that we've made a muddy mess, we can start taking this door frame off. And the ground is froze here this morning, so water's not even soaking in. It's like 2 inches deep down here. Alright, now I'm gonna go inside and I have to cut the water lines off, because they screwed fittings in the back of the water heater and then used that's got PEX water hose, and then they used PEX clamps to clamp it to it. So there's nothing I can spin apart, so I have to cut the water lines off. Just gonna take my PEX pipe cutter, go back here and cut the hot and the cold. And if there's any water comes out, I'll catch it with my towel. Water lines cut off. Now let's get the gas line unhooked. Rubber grommet around here. I got to get stuff through that hole. Might have to cut it off. Just gotta be careful. That's a rubber gas line. So it got some kind of sealer on it too. I'm gonna try and poke it through. Man, that sealer's tough. It's cold today too. That don't help. Don't help a bit. I'm going to continue to struggle. I'm going to continue to struggle with this. I'm going to continue to struggle with this for a few minutes. Y'all go find something to do. I'll be right back. Now that I got the gas line stuffed in there, we can very carefully start getting this door loose. We just need to pry it very carefully, pry it off. I got the screws out already. We don't have to worry about saving the door because I have a new one. Just don't want to hurt the camper. So we'll just do this all the way around. Once we get that loose all the way around, then we can pull the water heater out. The reason we have to get the frame off first is because sometimes they'll hide a screw down here on you. Sometimes they're hid around the sides too. This one doesn't have any around the sides, but there might be something down here at the bottom. Because they do like to hide screws. Good thing we didn't need to save this frame. This one would have been impossible to save. Make sure they don't have a screw up here somewhere hiding on me. Oh, they do. That's why it wouldn't come off. There's probably one on this side too. Yep, dirty rascals. Told you they like to hide screws. Alright, we don't have to take any more off. Get this thing slid out a little bit, then we can get the electricity unhooked. The low voltage DC stuff and the high voltage AC. Gotta get that gas line out of the way. There's our 12 volt DC stuff. Just go snip on this stuff. Get it out a little bit more, and then we can get to our AC wiring. It hides over here in a metal box. I'm standing in water, and I hope that I got the right breaker off. There ain't but one way to find that out. Either do it the sissy way, get the meter out, or you can just cut the wires and touch them and see if they're dead. What do you think I should do? What would you do? I went and got my meter. Nah, just joking. We must have got the right one. Because you know, you can never trust the labels in those power distribution panels to be wired correct or to be labeled correctly. Never. Alright, water heater's ready to come out. There we have it. Time to find out whether we're a hero or a zero, people. All right, moment of truth. Look, folks, today I'm a hero. Tank was leaking. I bet I can put my knife through it here somewhere. Right there. Here. See that? There was our leak. Tell you what, folks, it's a fine line between hero and a zero. Today, I'm a hero. Woo-hoo. Brand new brass fittings going in. And yes, I get those very tight. I'm actually gonna lay it down on the side and really crank on them. I don't wanna have leaks there. A couple brand new flared fittings on the water lines back there. I got all the goop cleaned up off the gas line. Get the ends on the water lines. We're ready to slide the new heater in. I didn't realize until I got the old water heater out, the water heater actually just plugs into an outlet behind it. So we can go ahead and just wire this in right here. I'm going to be using WAGO connectors. You can find these in my Amazon store, along with a lot of other parts and tools that I use on a daily basis. And if you're going to buy this stuff anyway, I appreciate it if you buy it from my Amazon store. It doesn't cost you any extra, and it puts a couple pennies in my pocket every time you buy something. White to white, black to black, green to ground. And there you go. The 110 volt AC power connection is done. Go ahead and make our DC power connections. Again, I will be using WAGOs. As you can tell, I like them. And no, I'm not sponsored by WAGO, but I'd be open to that if somebody would feel so inclined to let WAGO know. So I snipped these wires off the old water heater on the water heater side so that I would know which wire goes where. So I know the brown goes to blue, so now I can just cut the brown wire off, hook it to the blue wire, and we know we're right. we're right as rain. Right? And our green wire was on a white wire. So we're just going to duplicate that. So on and so forth till we get all 3 wires hooked up. Like I say, then we know we're right. No guessing. And our red, which is done. I know y'all couldn't see nothing, but trust me, them connections are done. We're gonna stuff them back in this corner right here. Then we can go ahead and slide the water heater home, so we won't have to have it out anymore. Make sure all your wires are safe and sound. Not in harm's way. Oh yeah. We can get our gas line stuck back through the hole. While I was in there, I went ahead and made the water line connection also. Then we'll work on this gas line. I'm in a bit of a hurry to get this hooked up because we've had to turn our heat off because I've had this propane turned off. It's a rather chilly morning here, southern West Virginia. So something tells me she'd probably like to have her heat going. And we'll put this grommet back on. They already split it for us. And get it stuffed back in that hole. I tell you, the rubber gas lines are, I'm not a big fan of them until you start doing something like this. and it makes life a lot easier. A little bit of the soapy water. Check for leaks. And it looks good. We'll spray it a couple more times just to make sure. I don't want to make too big of a mess because I have put some sealer on this thing here in a minute. Yep, all looks good. Of course, we'll do a drop test before we leave. Awesome. Let me go tell her she can cut her furnace back on. Y'all want to tell her? Y'all, I'm going to tell her. Okay, I'll go do it. Y'all just chillax. Clean the old scripts. Golly. Clean the old sealer off that was around the door. And then we're ready to slap the new door on. I'll be here a while. New door. I'm glad she elected to buy a new door because I tell you what, that sealer that they used on that old door, I don't really know what brand of stuff that is, but I'll tell you what now, it's some super duper sealer. I mean super duper. We get brand new screws. These are the long screws that attach the frame to the water heater, And then you have to use these short screws that they used to attach that to the camper. I just want to make sure this door fit good, no issues, and I'm going to putty tape the back of it. Alright, now we use the short screws to actually hold it all together. Hold it in the camper, I should say. Make sure that's not going to be in the way of the door. Nope, that's good. Kind of angle these screws back a little bit too, so they'll actually pull this stuff together. You always drop one, right? No? Maybe it's just me then. Alrighty, ready to turn the water on. We'll just bleed the air off right here. Yeah. Once this fills up, I'll take and put some sealer around the bottom of this door and around the outside. That's how you know water's going in. Okay. She's full. I didn't want to make a mess out here, so I do have to still put some sealer down here. So. Her gas is back on, her water's back on. Now, another test, whether you're hero or zero, you look around on the back, make sure you don't have any water leaks on your water line connections. Yeah. So, we're good to go. No leaks. The water's on, the propane's on. We're all good to go. Today, I'm a hero. Tomorrow, I might be a zero.